So, without further ado, actually we have a fair bit of time. We have about an hour for our two speakers. And the first person I'd like to, it's actually a very great privilege to introduce Mike Feinstein. He has been a Green mayor of Santa Monica, California, but even more so, he's been a decade or more long organizer of the International Greens. Now, when I first joined the Green Party in 87, 88, I kept hearing the name of some guy from California. He kept, phoning and emailing, and I thought, who the heck am I? But anyway, his name was always Mike Feinstein, and so here we are, 15 years later, and I finally meet him for the first time. So it's a great honor and privilege for me to introduce a man who has inspired me because he thought he had the notion that the world, the Green Party world, was bigger than I ever thought it would be. And I'd like to introduce Mike Feinstein.
Bonjour, mes amis les verts. Buenos días, mis amigos verdes. And welcome, my green friends. Thank you so much for honoring Greens from the United States to be part of this wonderful, impressive event. And together with the Green Party of Canada, we make up a global green family of green parties in more than 90 countries around Mother Earth, the largest political party on our Mother Earth. Why are we in more than 90 countries? As we all know, the words ecology and economy, they start with the same root. So, if they start with the same root, if we were living in balance with the rhythms of our planet, this beautiful, abundant planet, we would all have a high quality of life, a high standard of life. There would be opportunity for all. There would be health for humans and all the other species and all the other life on this planet. But it's not happening. The unsustainability of our lifestyle as a species is one of the reasons that green parties have formed culture after culture, country after country, all over the world, with a common response. Even though we're decentralized, we're independent, and we're appropriate for our own countries, we've also come together around values like ecology and justice and democracy and nonviolence. And the fact that the traditional parties do not get it have created a space for us to help heal this planet, and that's partly why we're here. Our growth, the first Green Party started in 1972 in Tasmania and New Zealand and have continued now to every continent on this planet. Here you should be very proud because in the Americas, the first Green Party in the Americas is the Green Party of Canada in 1983. You deserve it. Number 2 was the Green Party of the United States in 84. Number 3, Partido Verde Ecologista de Mexico in 85. And in 86, the Partido Verde do Brasil. So we've been growing all over. And now, this many years later, we've had Greens elected in thousands of races on the municipal level. We are elected to more than 30 national legislatures around the planet. We've been part of formal coalition governments in 7 nations. We've supported minority governments and others, and we've had ministers in still more governments. And it's something we should be very, very proud of. Now, why is it so important that we're a global family? Obviously, a lot of the issues we deal with are global in nature, and they need a global response. But also, as we grow globally, we have the ability to learn from the policy advances that Greens have had in government, country after country. So we share, and we'll certainly be able to benefit from Monica when she comes and speaks to us. So we've gained from Greens all over, and it helps us, particularly as we take our environmental ideas and put them into the economy and build those two together. So one of the ways that we've gone and brought ourselves together is we've been meeting globally. Our first global meeting was in 1992 in Rio de Janeiro, in combination with the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. We went there both to come together and to show the environmental and social movements that the Green Party was their electoral expression all over the earth. Our follow-up meeting was in 2001, where 800 Greens from 72 countries got together and passed the Global Green Charter. And now, on behalf of the Global Greens 2008 Nairobi Organizing Committee, I want to invite you to our next Global Green meeting, which is going to be in January of 2008 in Nairobi, Kenya, hosted by the Green Party of Kenya, including the Green Nobel Peace Prize winner, Wangari Maathai. And in just a couple of weeks, you're going to be able to go to the website, globalgreens.info, and fill in the pre-registration page where you're going to be able to get updates to help you plan for 08. So now, where does that bring us to today with my longtime Green friend, Monica Frassoni? Monica has been an active Green for a very long time, and she got elected to the European Parliament, which represents 450 million people, first in 1999, from the Ecolo list in Belgium, which is the French-speaking portion of Belgium, because in Europe you can run for the European Parliament from all over Europe because it's Europe. It's now coming together. In 2002, she became the co-president of the Green Group in the European Parliament, which is the fourth largest group in the European Parliament. Then she was re-elected again in 2004 and has remained co-president. And what makes it so important about having Monica here today are two things. One, the vision that she's brought in is a critical Green one, because you take an issue, for example, like we often hear, quote, free trade, and we understand that the economic interactions between all of us on a planet have not been based upon human rights, upon environment, upon the fact that we're deeply interconnected as a species and with all the other species. It's been about the movement of capital. Monica understands that national identities and national governments by themselves are not enough to switch from, quote, free trade to fair trade. And therefore, to have international and supranational institutions that are truly democratic and bottom up. That's the vision that Monica has run on and been elected. And the other reason why her presence is so critical here, and it's an analog to what you're going through here in the Green Party of Canada, is when I met Monica first, it was in the early 1990s when I was staying in Brussels and researching my book, 16 Weeks with European Greens, at the European Parliament in Brussels. She was a staff member there. She was researching issues around the European Constitution and trying to develop these ideas about what is a green supranational democracy. Now, co-president of a legislative group that represents 450 million people. She's a grassroots person who has acted on her beliefs, who ran, stayed true to those beliefs, got elected, and now she is arguably one of the two highest elected Greens on the planet. With that success story, please welcome our Green friend, Monica Frassoni.